What you're going to see today is our Colombian webinar with an introduction to who we are at Rebecca Adventure Travel. If you have not heard of us before and you're not sure about who we are and what we do, we'll have some quick facts about the destination, and then we'll talk about how easy it is to connect to Colombia, why it's worth a visit, what it's best known for, the different regions, which is really important to understand if it's a new destination for you, and our new interactive tours that we have available that are brand new. So we're really excited to share those. And then towards the end, I would like to tell you a little bit why you should work with us and some final words and how you can give me your questions to the end. So to begin, about us. Rebecca Adventure Travel is based in Quito, Ecuador. We specialize in providing unforgettable experiences for travelers who are seeking adventure and exploration. So what's really nice is that I would like to invite you to see an exclusive new company video. Those who are here today are going to be the first people to see it. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will start it right now.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. In 2014, my search for adventures led me across the Atlantic Ocean to Ecuador, a small country in the middle of the world that changed my life forever. This land's diverse beauty encompasses the Amazon's lushness, the Andes' cultural richness, the coast's tranquility, and the natural splendor of the one and only Galapagos Islands. Captivated, I founded Rebecca Adventure Travel, a luxury female-owned boutique tour operator, to share Ecuador's wonders with the world. Our offerings soon expanded across South America. Our approach to travel extends beyond mere exploration. It's about forging connections and giving back to the communities we visit. We partner with family-owned establishments so we can contribute directly to the communities, thus preserving their cultural identity. Our commitment includes educational programs like adopting the primary school in Pueblo and including community projects in our itineraries. These efforts play an essential role in making every tour we offer meaningful. Our trips are thoughtfully curated to transcend typical travel, from transformative wellness retreats and culinary tours that entice the taste buds to multi-sport family adventures that thrill, and boutique trips that reveal the unseen. Our adventures blend cultural immersion with expeditions, all underlined by sustainable and regenerative practices. This ensures every journey is as responsible as it is memorable. Our commitment to excellence and authenticity has gained recognitions and awards. We're proud to be WTA's 2023 Ecuador's leading tour operator. And from 2024 on, we are B Corp. We're also a consistent recipient of the TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Award. Our reputation for crafting unique, immersive experiences has also led to features in prestigious publications like the National Geographic Luxury Collection. My team and I are committed to providing purposeful travel across hidden treasures off the beaten path.
So I hope you enjoyed that sneak peek of our new company video that has not been released yet on social media. So you got a very exclusive first view. We're really proud of the work that we do, and that's why we're just so happy to be here talking about Colombia today. So let's talk Colombia and not Colombia, as any Colombiano will tell you. This is just an amazing country. It's often voted one of the world's happiest country, and the people are just so joyful and welcoming that it's really contagious. You feel it right when you arrive. So a little bit in general about Colombia, this country is bordered by Brazil, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Peru. And Colombia is actually the 25th largest country in the world. And it's actually the fourth largest in South America. So it's quite large. There's a lot to see and a lot to do. And there's about 50 million inhabitants that live along the mountainous western areas and in the capital city of Bogota, Medellin, and along the Pacific coast up into the Caribbean. So the regions of Colombia. It's a huge country, like I was saying, and there's 5 different regions. So you can see here on the map that we've divided into colors so that it's a little bit easier to understand. I'm going to go from north to south. We have the Caribbean region to the north, obviously with the Caribbean Sea and delicious beaches and warm tropical sun. And then we have the Andean region where we have, sorry, I'm just going to let this person in. And we have the Andean region where Bogota is located, Medellin. And then working down further south, we have the Pacific region, the Orinoco region, and the Amazonian region. And talking about these regions, it's important that I mention them first because with such a large country, we have different climates. And that's really important if you want to visit or if you want to tell your clients or your guests or your travelers, what to pack. This is super important to know. So in each region, they have really distinct climate patterns and weathers throughout the year. They do have rainy periods and dry seasons. You could really go into that and really dig deep. But here is just a real general description. In the Caribbean and Pacific coast, it's obviously a warm climate, temperatures 75 Fahrenheit or 24 Celsius, but it is very humid. So as much as the sun and the heat are really nice, it does get humid on really warm days. In the moorlands, in the northern part of the Andes, we have obviously the Chingasa National Park. We have temperatures that are going to be quite low. So it's a drastic change, and especially with the glacier regions as well, with the Sierra Nevada. They're going to be below 6 Celsius or 50 degrees or even lower, depending on the time of year and the activities that you're doing that could range. Okay, so in Bogota, we have a colder climate in the Andes down south. And it's funny because in the same Andean region, in Medellin, we have a little bit of a warmer climate. So Medellin is known for having a spring-like weather all year round. So that's why they call it the city of eternal spring. And then we have Orinoco, where we have dry tropical climates. And of course, the tropical rainforest, where in some areas it's very hot and humid in the Amazon. And there's a steppe, and then we have a tropical climate where there's scarce rain, sparse vegetation. So we have very different regions, different types of vegetations, different landscapes. So there's many different degrees of the type of travel that we can offer in Colombia. So how do we get to Colombia? It's very easy to connect. In the United States, there are many direct flights that arrive into Colombia, and you can see the list here. Big cities like Boston, New York, Atlanta, Miami. So these are places where no matter where you are in the United States, you can connect easily. And then there's also 2 in Canada, Montreal and Toronto. The 3 main airports in Colombia that most people use and that are most common with our itineraries to either arrive internationally or depart internationally are Bogota, Medellin, and Cartagena. And then a lot of people, they might not be just coming to visit Colombia. They might like to extend their stay and really get to know South America. So they might be planning different countries. And if you want to connect to Ecuador, to go to Galapagos, before or after Colombia, that's very easy to do because you can connect with Quito, and then you can continue on to Peru, flying into Lima, and then of course the other destinations in South America that are quite easy to connect to are Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. So why Colombia? why is Colombia worth the visit? Many people don't realize just how captivating this country can be. And it's important that I take a moment here and explain how much of a remarkable transformation Colombia has undergone, and especially evolving into a place of resilience and renewal that can be really seen in every corner of Colombia, no matter where you go. Gone are the days of old stereotypes. Forget what you've seen on Netflix or the news from the 80s and the 90s, because today, Colombia is totally different. It's a place of progress, opportunity. So it's really important to shift that perception. And if you're someone who's working in the tourism industry, that's really important to share with your travelers. And if you're a traveler today, I can tell you from personal experience that my visit to Colombia just over a month ago completely defied my expectations. So this is a nation embracing its potential, celebrating its rich culture, stunning landscapes, and the people, like I said, so welcoming. So it's really hard to narrow down the reasons, but I do have 4 right here. And number 1, when you think of Colombia, you obviously think of coffee. So there's coffee plantations in the coffee triangle. You can be part of coffee making processes and tastings, and you can see how the local culture really embraces their tradition of coffee making. And then, of course, the rich cultural heritage that can be found in any region of Colombia. It's very bright, vibrant, and colorful. There's history no matter where you go. And like I've been saying, I think I've mentioned this 2 or 3 times already, the people. The people are really what makes the difference in Colombia. They are so warm and joyful, and they make you feel like you're at home. So if you're traveling with families, this is perfect because they will welcome you with open arms. And it's a real genuine and inviting travel experience that is hard to find sometimes. And then, of course, you have the landscapes. I have here pictured Cocora Valley. This is a UNESCO heritage site, and you have so many other things in Colombia, like coastlines, Tayrona National Park, where it's jungle and beach, and then you have the Amazon, you have the Andes. So there's so much to choose from. All right, so let's continue. Telling you about how we should change our perspectives. This is now what Colombia should be known for, okay? So we have the biodiversity. You have the highest number of bird species in Colombia, the rarest and highest quality emeralds. You have music literally everywhere you go. You could be passing through security and some of the TSA agents will be dancing in their seat. You have fruits and flowers, which are really important in all regions of Colombia, and really come down to traditions dating back centuries. And then, of course, the coffee. So if you're a coffee lover, this is the place to go. And if you're not a coffee lover, you might become one by the time you leave Colombia, okay? All right. So going back to the regions of Colombia, I'm going to start with the Caribbean because it's important to mention the highlights of why each region is important and what you can see and do there, okay? So beginning with the Caribbean region, Cartagena de las Indias. This is a place where you can totally be blown away by the historical center and the different explorations that you can do there. You can dive into history dating back to the 1600s. You can discover colonial architecture, the cobblestone streets. There's iconic landmarks and the walled city and the San Felipe Castle. So there's just so many different options that you could do in Cartagena when it comes to the city center. So there's walking tours, we could do a biking tour, anything that you can dream of, we can do in Cartagena, okay? So also in Cartagena, you have to remember that we have the historical part, but there's also a really rich cultural ambience here where you can go salsa dancing, you can do cooking classes, and there's great opportunities to share with the locals here. And the locals are so caring and inviting, and it's really hard to not just fall in love with this place. So, like I was saying, the art in the gastronomy is one of a kind. The food will blow you away. There's not one dish that I did not like when I was visiting, and there's a great variety of fruits. In the streets, you have places where you can try different fruits, and the mandarina juice or the tangerine juice on a hot day is perfect. So it's really easy to appreciate the fusion of art, food, that adds to the unique charm of Cartagena. Okay. You can also, in Cartagena, do island hopping. So, island hopping is not just for the Galapagos. While you're in Cartagena, you can escape to one of the islands of Tierra Bomba, Baru, Mucora. And these are islands that are about half an hour away by speedboat. So you could go in the afternoon and then spend a night or two on one of these islands for a little island getaway in tropical paradise on the beaches and turquoise waters. It's really a beautiful way to end a trip in Colombia, or even get it started, whichever you like. There's pristine beaches, a very laid back island vibe, and you can just really soak up the sun. Also in Cartagena, we do have horseback riding experiences and more local community experiences, which are really important to get to know the culture and the people. So you could do that in the historical center or going to the islands, but if you really want to feel like you're supporting the area that you're visiting, I highly suggest including either one of the drumming workshops or the cocoa workshops with the local ladies in the communities near Cartagena. So you can enjoy a sustainable and responsible community ocean and beach activities. There's also a mangrove activity where you can go out with local fishermen who have fished there their entire lives, and they know everything about how to protect the mangroves. You can even plant your own mangrove trees with them, or you can fish with them. The possibilities are really open in this area. So, for example, this necklace that I'm wearing, I wanted to show you, is actually handmade by one of the local ladies in the community where they do a coconut workshop. And these ladies are amazing. You just have to hear their stories. It's so easy to connect with them. And this is just something that I was able to bring home with me. And it reminds me, of these connections that I've made, learning more about them. But in the end, you learn more about yourself. So that's just one of the amazing things in this part of the regions of the Caribbean in Colombia. So continuing on, we're going to start going south to the Andean region, okay? The Andes of Colombia are quite large. So we're going to divide them by the west and the east, and they each have their own highlights. So of course, I'm going to start with Medellin. So this is the capital of the department of Antioquia, and instead of provinces in Colombia, they say departments. So in this department where Medellin is located is a very green city. It's beautiful, green with so many trees. There's some hotels that you can stay in that are boutique or family owned, and it feels like you are definitely not in the city. You're just surrounded by green landscapes, and it's amazing because you're in this huge city, right? So it's known for its modern transport, cable cars offering beautiful day tours, and in Medellin, it's one of those cities that you can feel the change of what we were talking about earlier with different perspectives. So definitely a must visit in Medellin is the Comuna 13, or doing a day tour where you can see the murales or the murals and the paintings of another neighborhood that's called Constelaciones. So these are just life-changing moments that you can experience in a day tour in Medellin. Outside of Medellin, we also have a place called Guatapé. It's a beautiful place that you can escape to outside of the city. And in Medellin, there's actually a park called Arvi. So this is just like a green oasis where you can visit and you can take a cable car up above the city with an amazing view and spend the day in the park with a nice natural escape to do hiking or biking. Also, in the western part of the Colombian Andes, we have Armenia, which is the heart of the coffee culture. In Armenia, you have towns like Salento, and it's also the place where you hear the most about the coffee triangle. So these are places where UNESCO has actually made it into a coffee cultural landscape. You can see the Cocora Valley in this place as well. And you also have Pereira. So Pereira is full of adventure. It's great to go relax as well. And you can do lots of adventurous sports. You have thermal springs, and of course, some more coffee cultivation experiences. In the eastern part of the Colombian Andes, we have the Magdalena Valley, which is full of legends and folklore, which is an amazing part of the culture and the history of Colombia as well. So it's rich in the legends. For example, El Dorado, the lost city of gold, which I'm sure all of you have heard of. The landscapes are amazing and breathtaking, and you can also see the river of 5 colors. Continuing on, in the eastern Colombian Andes, we have Bogota, which is the capital city of Colombia. It's very rich in history. The colonial city tours take you to amazing museums, colonial centers, and there's a lot of pre-Columbian heritage in these areas, okay? Also in Bogota is sometimes a place where most people would like to arrive first and then work their way up to the Caribbean. So Bogota is a great place to see, like I said, the colonial center and some places outside, like the Salt Cathedral or Villa de Leyva. There's more colonial aspects in this area, but there are more trekkings, there's hiking, and then there's something for everybody. So continuing on, and I just want to say for those members who have joined us a little bit late, that's okay. We're going to be sending you a recording of the webinar today. So please keep your videos and your microphones on mute, and I will continue, okay? So we have the Pacific region here in blue, which is fitting. We have diverse ecosystems like the Bahia Solano. Colombia has very natural beauty here, a lot of natural beauty here. It's a sanctuary for wildlife, and you can see whales to sea turtles and countless bird species. And if you're looking for something more cultural, you can experience the Afro-Colombian culture. And when it comes to adventure and ecotourism, you can go surfing in Naki. And you can just see different parts of the region that really give you adrenaline pumping experiences and natural landscapes. So if you want to be completely surrounded by nature, this is the place to go. And of course, anywhere in Colombia on the Pacific coast, we have delicious gastronomy, culinary delights, everything that you can think of when it comes to seafood and coconut rice, and it's just so delicious. I'm still thinking about all the delicious food that I had when I was there. So it's really nice to learn more about the culture and their dishes, and you can do cooking classes with families or with local communities. So when you learn about food, you learn more about culture, which is always nice. So moving on to the Orinoco region, this is a place that really flies below the radar sometimes with a lot of people who are interested in Colombia, because the main highlights are always Bogota, Medellin, Cartagena, or the islands. But really, it's important to know that this place is so unique and authentic. We have Colombian cowboys here. We have the Tupara National Park. It's just untouched landscapes that are really, really just so beautiful. You can explore a savanna. So a lot of people don't realize that this is like the best second thing to like an African safari, because the savanna in Los Llanos is just so impressive. You can go horseback riding, hiking, walking, going on the jeeps to have a safari. You can see things from capybaras to even jaguars. So it's pretty amazing. Additionally, in this area, like I said, the Colombian cowboys, we have this lifestyle of the llaneros that is very much untouched and very unique to see and experience. Additionally, in this region, we do have some ancient civilizations. So, as I mentioned, the Tuparo National Natural Park is a place where you have really rich ecosystems and you have ancient rock sites that are just adorned with paintings of the region's earliest inhabitants. So, that's really interesting if you're into archaeology, history, okay? And then we have Puerto Inirida. This is a biodiversity hotspot. You can experience another UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, and you can see a special flower that is not found anywhere else, which is called the endemic Inirida flower. And you have local indigenous communities that you can also visit and support as well. And the last region that I want to cover is the Amazonian region of Colombia. So obviously this is a very large part of Colombia. And even though a lot of it is untouched because it is just so wild and selvático, as you would say in Spanish, there are some places that you can still visit and get the feeling of that natural untouched landscapes of the Amazon rainforest. So you have incredible wildlife, of course, in the Amazon. And you can visit Leticia, which is the gateway to the Amazon of Colombia. And you can experience river excursions, the Tanimboca Natural Reserve, or engage with local communities and learn more about their traditional practices, medicinal plants, and their ancestral knowledge that they've passed down for many generations. And so we have natural parks. Two here are the Amacayacu National Park and Puerto Nariño. So these are two amazing treasures that Colombia has in the Amazonian region, full of excursions, hiking, walking on rivers, and it's just a beautiful experience to see in the Amazon region. So now that I've covered the different regions of Colombia, it's important to let you know that we've been there, we've seen it, we've experienced it, and it has stayed with us. So all these experiences that have stayed with us at Rebecca Adventure Travel, myself, Rebecca, we created these amazing tours. And these tours that we want to offer can either be customizable or you can book them directly. And I want to show you real quick one of the tours, which is actually the one in the middle, called the 19-Day Colombia and Galapagos Family Tour. So as you know, we shared with you during our promotional video that we are family orientated. All of our hotels are personally selected by us. We've visited each one. We've decided which one is best for families, boutique, family owned. And we came back to Ecuador, sat down, and created these amazing itineraries for you. So this is the 19-Day Colombia and Galapagos Family Tour. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because it covers quite a bit of the other two tours as well. And we want to show you how easy it is to see our itineraries on our website. So whether you're a traveler or whether you're a travel agent or a travel agency, you can view these itineraries at your own time, and we will also send them to you after the webinar. So scrolling down on our website, you'll always be able to see a tour summary. So you can see it talks about all the different places and the highlights that you're going to be seeing during the visit. We have a very nice gallery of pictures that our own Caro from marketing has taken during our trips and the highlights listed specifically. So this is a combination of Colombia and Ecuador and the Galapagos, which is something that is quite large and varied, but we want you to see that it's possible to do these two things. And when you look at our itinerary, you have a day-by-day structure, and you can always open it up and see the description of each and every day. So you can see that we're visiting Bogota first. We're doing different activities like a biking tour in the city, and then heading out to Los Llanos for the savannah in the Orinoco region. We visit Medellin, Guatapé, which is personally my favorite part of Medellin, just outside. The view at the top is completely worth it, I promise. And then we go to Cartagena, and then we come into Ecuador and do a visit to the Galapagos. So this is a great itinerary for those who are traveling from Europe, who have a little bit more vacation days or holiday time. And then in addition to the itineraries, we always like to provide a map so that you can understand where you're going from point A to B to C to D. Okay, that's very important for you. For travelers who are looking to travel on their own, you're able to book directly on our website, or if you're a travel agent or agency looking to offer tours to your clients, you can always feel free to contact us directly, and we will help you customize. We'll walk you through the itinerary. You can book a call with us directly, and we can give you every single detail that you need. So, leading to that is why book with us. We're nearing the end of our webinar. So as a few final words, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun for me. I had so much fun preparing it and reviewing it and making the slides with our marketing team. They did an amazing job, and I'm so grateful for their support and the support of my sales team and the rest of the team at Rebecca Adventure Travel. And so whether you're a traveler looking to visit South America with us, or like I've been saying, if you're a travel agent or agency, we want to be sure that you receive the same values and principles that we apply on our everyday life and work. Because like I said, this isn't work for us. This is a passion, and we really want to share that with you. You're always going to receive authenticity from us, a personalized creation if it's needed. We'll listen to your needs and do the best that we can and give you all the current information that you need. And while you're traveling, or while your guests are traveling with us, you have support 24/7 from our team around the clock. And you can really feel good about any tour that you choose to travel with us, because no matter from where you begin your travel, whether it's Ecuador, Colombia, Peru, in the future there's going to be more destinations, but no matter what, you're always going to be giving back to communities and contributing positively in each destination. So these are just a few of the reasons why you should book with us. We have many years of experience, over 1,000 verified reviews on TripAdvisor, which you can see here. Our guests are always talking about their experiences and the one-on-one connections that they've made with our destination experts. We're on Trustpilot, TripAdvisor, and these guests right here are actually mine, who traveled with me to Colombia on an 11-day Hidden Treasures tour. They began in Bogota and they finished in Cartagena. And this picture right here is the husband and wife in the Cocora Valley. So that's part of the coffee triangle that we're talking about earlier. So if you have any questions regarding travel or how we can work together, please send me an email. You can send it to any of these directions, info, sales, or Rebecca if you want to contact her directly for anything. We have our phone, our location. We have social media. We're on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can see here our certifications and our affiliations with different organizations. So if you have any questions, please send them over to me. We'll be sending a thank you email and additional info of the tours that we were showing in the webinar. And once we have the video downloaded, we will also be sending that to you, and we'll post it on our website. So please stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a fantastic day.